Hey guys, how you doing tonight? All right, welcome back to another amazing episode. All right, so tonight I have a few different topics I do want to talk about. Starting with maybe some Lotto, a little bit of making a stallion. I think there's some Nicki in there. A few other people are in there also, right? All right, so basically, let's kick it off with Lotto. Now, Big Lotto, one of my favorites. I love Big Lotto. Honestly, um, I like everything about her. She's pretty. I like her accent. I like she's just like a regular girl, but she's kind of like hood, but she's silly at the same time. And she's pretty. Like how she looks in clothes. So I love pretty girls. So it all kind of works out. So I was watching the interview when she was talking to Big Boy, and she was just basically talking about how like somebody was like trying to drop nuts on her and everything like that. I'm not exactly sure what dropping nuts on someone means for real. Because I could think about it like teabagging or maybe just trying to like smash. I don't know what dropping nuts on you could be. Dropping nuts on you could just be like trying to intimidate you, being like, yo, what's up? Like, I'm talking to you. Like, what you trying to do? Like, hey. And, you really like, shorty, what you talking about? Like, I ain't trying to mess with you like that. Like, what? So you don't reply and they like trying to hold back on it like that. But there's a lot of different ways you could think about that. Of course, I'm gonna go straight to disrespect. And who knows who it could be? It's like four different people, males on the album, right? You got Lil Wayne, you got Kodak Black, Childish Gambino, and then you got 21 Savage. Um, I personally think Latto is dating 21 Savage. That's just me personally thinking that, but I don't think it's Lil Wayne. I don't really know a whole lot about Childish Gambino, but I do like Childish Gambino, so I don't believe it was him either. I think maybe it was Kodak Black. And then, not too long ago, Kodak Black was just talking about how, you know, everybody wants something from him and he wants something back, basically, And it is what it is, you got the right to feel that way. Sometimes, you shouldn't always say exactly what you're thinking out loud, to everyone. But hey, you can't tell nobody how to be an adult. It's already hard enough adulting. All right, so I think it was Kodak Black, basically. He was already talking crap about Dream Doll and them or whatever. But I feel like Lotto really does bring something to the table. You know what I mean? I feel like she's good at what she does. So I don't know about all that. I love the record with her and Amaretto. The way she just jumped on it and she was just popping her shit, doing her thing. I love that about Lotto. Like, I love the way she just do her thing, just like, shit, it is what it is. I love that about her. Okay, so that's cool and everything. So probably it was Kodak Black, that was acting like that and everything. Then he put this little statement out that was kind of like, I feel like he was trying to almost draw sympathy for his actions lately. And when he put the statement out, it basically was just basically saying how, people always want something from him and trying to use him, and he really got a good heart, all in a nutshell, he really got a good heart, and, it is what it is. But I don't feel like it's just about women nowadays. Like, honestly, like, I think the guys are going through that shit too. Like, just like how maybe he was trying to drop nuts on her or whatever it is. Like, I heard that, in the industry, if one of the executives or someone that's in high power likes you or whatever, and they want you, they want to get you down or whatever, and they'll probably promise you different things or whatever that they may or may not deliver on, but it's like almost like a career ender or something. I can't prove these things, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but I can only imagine. All right, so moving on, I hope Wendy Williams is doing really good. I did see that she had this interview out with one of the daytime shows. Maybe it was Good Morning America or someone like that. But I really hope she's doing well. It looked like she was based off the interview that I did see. I really like Wendy Williams. I'm a really big fan of hers. I hope everything's going good. It seemed like she was planning on coming back. I heard somewhere it was about like 3 months before she gets ready to come back. And my whole thing is, well, if she comes back, in what aspect is she coming back in? Because People love to say what they're doing, but they don't tell you how they're doing it. So it leaves so much to the imagination. Do we know how Wendy Williams is going to come back? Is she going to come back as on radio again? Is she coming back to her daytime show? And if she do come back to her daytime show, what does that mean for Sherri Shepherd? So maybe Wendy Williams really is the queen of daytime talk, like, people say she is. And she was like, you know what? Nope. Sherri's out. By the way, every now and again I'll check into the show or whatever and watch it, and I haven't seen Sherri Shepherd much. I see a lot of Fat Joe and Remy Ma, and they're on there. And then the other day I saw on Twitter where everyone was talking about how stiff and box Remy Ma's bob was. And then I looked at it and I was like, well, it does look very stringy. It did. Anyway, shout out to Wendy Williams. I hope she does come back. I love watching her. She's very entertaining. Definitely one of my favorites. Shout out to Nick Cannon also. I don't like Nick Cannon's show that much. I was watching it the other day, right? I was trying to get into it. I just watched it for probably 10 minutes. If that long. I think it went to commercial after about 4 or 5 minutes, but I tried to watch it. And it was like he was having one of those cooking segments that you see on different talk shows. I didn't love it. I wasn't really feeling it. But I do like Nick Cannon on Wild 'N Out. And I liked him in that movie with Christina Milian. Love Don't Cost a Thing. I really liked him in that. All right, so moving on from him. So they were saying that Nicki Minaj did somebody in the song, right? So I did listen to the songs. I watched both of the videos. Well, I watched the video and I watched the live, right? And I did hear that part where she was like, all this PR, but you're not Puerto Rican, I did hear that part. Also, on the live, I did hear the part where she was like, all this plastic surgery and you're still ugly, that's what gets me. I mean, that could have been anything, People said that it was a diss to Cardi B. I just feel like people go out of their way to put them in the same conversation all the time. Like, it is what it is. But she could have been talking about anybody. And, I have heard the long-running rumor about Cardi B keeps changing her face up and stuff. But Cardi B did come out and say that she's not changing her face up. She said she got a nose job and she was pregnant. And after her weight came down and everything settled, that's why it was looking like it was. But it is what it is, Which sounds like an excuse, or maybe not. I'm talking about like, hey, I think Cardi B looks good. That's just my opinion. I think everybody thinks that. Cardi B looks really good. I don't think she's ugly. I don't think that she's gotten too much work done. I hope that she don't keep on doing stuff and her nose caves in or, something starts looking weird, nothing like that. I hope she just, gets it right and leaves it alone. But I was thinking about different people that she could have been talking about. Honestly, I.Michelle even crossed my mind. I.Michelle did a lot of things. I'm talking about, like, she even admitted to it one time on the Wendy Williams show. She was like, you think I did all this, to not have a man? I was like, I know that's right. But, I think that maybe she can even be the one she was talking about, Maybe not, but back in the day or whatever, when Nicki Minaj was with that guy Meek or whatever, and then there was that big issue about the song, Anybody Want to Buy a Heart, or something like that, when K-Michelle's whole album and theme was called Do You Want to Buy a Heart or something like that, So she had said a lot of things about that or whatever, which she never was like, bitch, I hate you, this, that, and the third, but she was like, I'm just extremely hurt that somebody I looked up to would take my whole song over a piece of penis, is basically what she said, And niggas is Sagittarius, so of course she probably didn't like that, And she could have been talking about Kay. However, she probably wasn't, right? I'm speculating. That's what I do. I overthink everything, right? So then I was like, damn, it would be so cool if Nicki Minaj and K-Michelle did something together because, not too long ago, K-Michelle was on Twitter, giving Nicki Minaj her props. She was basically saying like there's nobody that can out rap Nicki Minaj. She was talking about how Nicki Minaj's cadence is on point, how she can switch her flows up like she can, how it's like animated, how it's interesting, you know. Because one thing about a Nicki Minaj, she keeps you interested. You know, it's like, oh shit, what Nicki Minaj talking about? You know, and then sometimes you'll hear some shit and be like, what? You know, so she's like a professional rapper, you know, in that aspect, which is cool. You know, but anyway, I think K.Michelle and Nicki Minaj will be a really good team up because K.Michelle writes, you know, her music. K.Michelle's pretty, you know, like she can sing. I think they'll be a good little, you know, mix up. Which Nicki Minaj doesn't really team up that much with singer girls, does she? Yeah, maybe. I think that'll be a good duo though, for real though. I think they'll look good together. I think it'll really work, in my opinion. They'll look good together, you know? And then thinking about people that look good together, oh my God, Ari Fletcher. I love Ari. I think she is just so sexy. I like the cooking show. I be watching it sometimes, you know, I check it out when I have time and all that. You know, I love Ari's show. She's pretty cool, very interesting, you know. So she was basically saying how, you know, being a bad B word, you know, being a bad bitch, you know, she was basically saying how, yeah, you got to be cute too. You know, you can't just be a bad bitch and not be cute, you know, or something like that, which I think, you know, hey, I don't think she was wrong, honestly, because what are you talking about? So you think you can just be ugly and wear nice clothes and have a good personality and you'll be able... Well, yeah, you could, actually, you know, but I can see it on both ends. You know what I'm talking about? I can really see it on both ends, honestly, you know. But, you know, there's also this thing is pretty privilege and all this type of things, you know what I'm talking about? And, you know, most of the time when you see bad bitches, you do be thinking like, oh, she bad, you know. I have met someone before that I didn't think was very attractive, but their personality was on point. They was looking good. I was like, oh, you're a bad bitch, you know what I'm talking about? That, I've done that before too, you know what I'm talking about? I had to slide to the side, you know, because when you catch a girl like that or whatever, or a dude like that, you know, you like, oh, okay, you know what I'm talking about? I see it, you know. So that's always pretty cool. But I agree with her. And I just feel like people, especially women, they're always like going against her because she's a bad bitch. You know, it's like if she was just anybody else saying that stuff, they'd be like, yeah. They might even agree, you know. People just love to hate her. I love her, you know, I like her. She's cool. And then I was on the games page earlier too. And I was just looking at his page, whatever, because, you know, I like the game, you know, I'm a fan and everything like that. So I'm on his page just looking around and chilling and everything. And I saw that he was hanging out with Ray J and Trey Songz. I was just sitting around the table, whatever, like they was probably smoking weed or something. I already know what they was doing. I wasn't there. But I just thought that was so cool. You know, I was like, okay, so they be hanging out, you know. And then the caption was like, Ray J sitting up here talking about how you remember that time when the unbreakable shades had broke, you know, that was like the caption. And then I thought that was funny or whatever. Then I looked down in the comments because I'm definitely a comment reader, you know, especially when I see the blue checks. I'm like, oh, what other celebrities talking about, you know? So I saw Ray J down there talking about, no, when I was talking about how we got to stay out of trouble and be positive and this, that, and this, that, and this, that. I was like, man, Ray J's still so full of shit. Like, but it's always funny, like, whatever, you know. Shout out to Soldier Boy. I heard he's having a boy. You know, when I was watching the video though, I didn't recognize the girl. I think she may be like of Latino descent, honestly, because when I was looking around at the other people in it, everybody kind of looked like, you know, some type of Latino also. Like they was at a barbecue or whatever, all hanging out. And I think that was probably her family. It was cool and everything though, but I haven't saw her before. So I was thinking like, who is this girl? You know, but you know, shout out to him. You know, I feel like that baby probably gonna jump out like, you. Maybe not. And what is up with Megan Thee Stallion? Is she blacklisted? Is she blackballed? Look, I don't want to just really assume too much about Megan Thee Stallion because Megan Thee Stallion is an Aquarius, you know, and I'm an Aquarius. However, there are major differences between Aquarius men and Aquarius women. I tell people that all the time, which I don't even know too much about the signs. I just believe there has to be a difference between a male Aquarius and a woman Aquarius, you know? It would just make sense to me. But it seems like a lot of people are unfollowing her. Like Nicki Minaj doesn't like her. Rihanna unfollowed her and took back the Savage X Fenty endorsement. I was hearing that Drake doesn't follow her anymore. Is because everyone is finding out what's going on behind the scenes first, or is it just because they don't want to be attached to that, or what could it possibly be? Because it would be kind of messed up if Megan is lying on a black man. Like, why would you do that to a black man? And you're supposed to be so pro protect black women, So I would hate it if everyone is really behind the scenes finding out that Megan Thee Stallion isn't being completely honest with us about what happened with Tory Lanez. And even worse, if she's actually trying to set him up and do any of those things that he said that she may have been trying to do. I know that seems like a lot, right? But I mean, when you say someone shot you, because I was like, what? Mind you, I wasn't a big Megan Thee Stallion at first. I wasn't a big Megan Thee Stallion fan at first. However, I did become a fan over time because, I like her spirit. I like how she is, Now, a lot of people do say something about her flow, how it's like one-dimensional and things like that. I did notice that. However, I do love that song, Crying in the Car. And that could be just the sensitive side of me or whatever, but I love that song. I used to listen to it on repeat, actually. But shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. I hope everything works out for her. I did hear that she didn't even want to be a part of the music industry forever. That's what the word on the street was. It was that she wanted to actually get into movies and things like that and really open up her nursing homes all around her community and really, fulfill that goal of hers. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. I hope that she gets everything that's coming to her. Yep. And speaking of shaking ass, shout out to Santana because he tore it up, opening up for. Well, I don't know if he opened up for it because it was like she performed first and he just came out. So, Big Latto brought Santana out at one of her shows, and he came out there and cut up. The crowd was going crazy. He did a good job, but I didn't really care for his outfit that much. He had on like this schoolgirl outfit. The shirt was tied up like, in a knot or whatever. It was white with like a what was like a pin skirt or whatever. One of those skirts, and I just didn't love the outfit. I did not love it. He was twerking and it was like it was bouncing up and stuff. Look, it was a cute outfit. I just didn't love it. I didn't think that was what I wanted to see Santana in. But now that I'm thinking about it, what did I really want to see Santana in anyway, right? I'm happy you asked. So, I could have saw Santana in like some black Balenciaga boots. I could have saw Santana in some black Balenciaga boots with like some black tights or something like that or whatever. He had got his body did, some black tights or something like that. Some type of shirt or whatever, like maybe like a tight shirt or whatever, because he probably got his body did or whatever, so he, look good. So some type of tight black shirt or whatever, and like, one of them scraps or whatever that, the niggas be wearing or whatever, like you got a gun or whatever. I could have saw him in anything else, but of course something stage ready, something he could still do his thing in, but hey, that's Santana, and shit. He said in the interview, he was like, shit, people love me because I'm who I am. And honestly, I felt him on that, and I feel like more people need to accept themselves and be who they are. People will like you so much for being yourself. And I learned that. I learned that. But yeah. And shout out to everyone. Shout out to Lil Durk for getting a real #1, not a fake one, is what he said. So shout out to him. I like Lil Durk a lot. I remember it was a song I heard him on. And he was just saying something about swimming in the lake or whatever. He had to get out the lake because sharks are smelling blood or something like that. It was a really cool song. I liked it. I still like it. I listen to it from time to time and all that. I actually went and got some seafood from this place here, and I'm gonna eat that. But it was really cool hanging out with you tonight. Just vibing, talking about things that we saw and heard. Right. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, share my video.